What is going on with all of my amazing people of the planet? I am D Venom along with Feathered Friends. Thank you guys for joining us in regard to Addiction Relapse and Recovery, aka Raising Vibrations Podcast, or vice versa, Raising Vibrations Podcast, aka Addiction Relapse and Recovery. Anyway, any amount of your guys' positive energies, especially during this time, are always welcomed, especially on my other social media platforms as well as this one. I have so much that I have to tell you guys, and hopefully I can get through all of this without any interruptions. But anyway, thank you guys for getting me at 4,917 hearts. I really do appreciate that. And thank you guys for keeping me at a level 2 host. I appreciate that as well. I want to say that I apologize, but I don't, for not being active here on my platform. I've been productively keeping myself busy in a very positive way, and beautiful things are happening in my life. I will get into that momentarily. But I was told by one of my therapists at Recovia in regard to stop, in a nutshell, shoveling my achievements under the rug due to where other people may be at in their lives. And I noticed that I've been doing that. I did that when I had a spread in VoyagePhoenix.com magazine, or PhoenixVoyage.com, but I believe it's VoyagePhoenix.com magazine. And when I did share that with other people, I didn't get the feedback that I thought that I was due to expectation. But now that I know what I'm getting into with certain people, places, and things in my life, I know not to expect anything from them. But I'm not going to do that anymore. I was waiting for the motherfuckers to call me at group tonight because I wanted to speak my piece so bad. For the past couple of days at group, I've been wanting to stand in my power and speak my truth, but unfortunately I haven't been called upon. So I guess it just isn't that divine timing to do so. But anyway, like I said, beautiful things are happening in my life, and I don't need to sugarcoat the things that are happening just because other people are at certain levels within their own lives. And I can't help that. What I can do is continue to move forward in regard to my life, the projects that I have going on within my life, the people that are affecting me in a very influential way, a very positive, influential way. I love the fact that myself and Miss Mo, who is also here in regard to our podcasting platform, have partnered up and not only have created a friendship due to this particular platform, but we have also made a business team. I'm not on here to bullshit anymore with none of you motherfuckers. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I don't mind putting my voice out there to help individuals. That's what I'm spiritually contracted to do. I'm not here to bullshit. I did that with methamphetamine. I did that before methamphetamine, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want people in my life that aren't inspiring me and aspiring me to do better, period. And now that I am 5D conscious and I look at people that are 3D conscious, I see when I was 3D conscious how 5D conscious people looked at me. Bitch, I wish you would grow the fuck up, stop doing drugs and some of every motherfucking thing else and get your shit together. And this is how I look at people that are 3D conscious. I cannot deal with dumb, immature ass motherfucking people. This is where I'm at in my life. This is where I'm at in regard to my spirituality. This is why I stopped eating meat, because it's blocking my spiritual channels. When I sit in silence, I want to hear the ancestors speaking to me. I want to hear the messages from source in the universe. I want to hear these things. There's a lot that has changed. If you guys can't hear it, that's your motherfucking problem. I said in an episode that there's things that are going to be changing in regard to this platform. I'm on a whole other motherfucking platform. I have tons of motherfucking people that are prominent in their field that want interviews with me, that are paying for these interviews. I'm not here to bullshit. I can come on here all day long and talk to people for free. I have helped people here with suicide. I have helped people here with alcohol addiction. I have helped people here because they're, they lost a loved one and needed someone to talk to. I have helped. And I will continue to do that because that's what I'm spiritually contracted to do. Help. But I will be dead at the end of the motherfucking day if I tried to help every motherfucking body. I don't want to do that. I want to help my own damn self. Anyway, like I told you guys, what I do is not about money. This is why I'm in the position that I'm in right now in regard to OSBI, One Step Beyond Inc. I'm not in that position for the money aspect of it all. I'm there to be there for the members. No different than this situation. I want to be there for the members, but at the same time, I have to focus on me and focus on my career and my achievements and where I'm going in life. I told you guys that I'm in the process of creating merch for my followers, my listeners, downloaders, whatever else the case may be. I'm putting a lot of thought into this because I don't want to produce anything that's going to be lame. If I wouldn't wear it, why would I produce it and give it to other people? So I'm definitely putting a lot of thought into my merch. Hold on one second, you guys. I need to get some water because my throat is extremely dry. 1 second. Oh, I need to turn that down. I'm sorry, you guys. That is one of my white noise machines. Okay, 1 second, you guys. Let me get something to drink. Bear with me, my people. I'd rather have my mouth moistened so that I can get my words out properly versus having to lick my lips every fucking 20 seconds just to get my mouth wet and my throat wet. And let me tell y'all something. I came home, and not that I give a fuck about my neighbors upstairs, but I heard the female laughing and shit. I don't know if she was laughing at me or not, but just last week she was upstairs getting her whole motherfucking ass beat by her man. Okay, and he running out the house with his boxers and shit on. I guess thinking that she gonna call the police, and she upstairs, stomping around and shit after getting her ass beat. I'm downstairs in peace. Okay, this is where my life is at, peace. I don't have those things in my life, and I'm so glad that I don't. But anyway, hold on 1 second. Let me put this straw in this water and go from there. All right, my people, I do apologize, but I'd rather, like I said, have my mouth moistened so I can talk to you guys, without having a wet, anyway. There's something that I want to express to you guys real quick before I get into anything else. You know how I come on here live or either via episode, and I always mention my feather friends in the beginning of my introductions. I am sad to say that 2 of my feather friends, I believe they're both female, have passed away. And I believe this happened either last night or this morning. I'm not sure what happened, you guys. I do know that there was some food in one dish and there was a lack of food in the other. They weren't starving. So if they wanted something to eat, they could have got food from the, dish that had, some in there. There was water in their cage. I don't know. I just know that one was on their stomach and I couldn't even see her face. And the other one was Sunshine. She was on her back, beak open, eyes open, and both of their eyes were open. And both of them were very stiff to the touch. And of course, I was upset about it. And, you know, I guess the beauty of recovery is I could have allowed those feelings to bottle up inside of me and create something detrimental to my vibrations, my energies, just me as a whole. And I took a moment before going to recovery for, my sessions or whatever. And I was in the bathroom and I think I was flossing, brushing my teeth or whatever. And, I just allowed myself to release tears. And tears to me and tears to a lot of people are not a sign of weakness. Tears actually is a sign of strength. And to release that so that I know I wouldn't open up that front motherfucking door and walk down to the Circle K looking for dope or call my ex-dealers looking for dope or whatever because I lost 2 of my feathered friends. I did good for myself because in any other circumstance, I would have given in to Satan and temptation, and I didn't do this. So this lets me know that recovery is working for me. I am strengthening myself along the way, and that's a beautiful thing. And it's also a beautiful thing because when I was going through my addiction, I wasn't giving a fuck about your feelings or anybody else's feelings. I worried about me. Well, then again, let me take that back. I'm an empath, so I did give a fuck about people's feelings. But most of the time I didn't because I was too damn high to worry about your feelings. But now that I'm away from that and have been 60 days clean plus, I am allowing myself, and not only am I allowing myself, but my body is converting back to how it used to be before I introduced it to methamphetamine. So my mind, body, spirit, everything is converting back. Dopamines are regulating at a normal fashion or pace or whatever the case may be. I'm not producing those dopamines by putting a substance in my system. So yeah, I'm learning. And that's another thing. Another thing that I want, that I told you guys in the episode that in regard to taking my podcast seriously is, I'm going to be introducing you guys to information. I'm going to be doing research and things of that particular nature and giving you guys resources to work with. And, like I said, I don't want to come here and BS with anything. I want to be serious in regard to my platform and where I'm going with it moving forward. Also, what else did I want to talk to you guys about? The biggest accomplishment that I have achieved, and if this all works, and this is why I really can't be on here too long with you guys because I have a long motherfucking email to write, and I've already started this email, but in a nutshell, 2 organizations that I attend both have beautiful plans in regard to those organizations. I see their vision. I have a vision. And I thought about something and I pitched the idea to the CEO of one of the companies that I attend. And I pitched the idea to a prominent person in regard to the other organization that I attend. Both of them seem like they're, how can I say it, game for my idea. So I'm emailing both of them at the same time, so therefore they can get each other's information through that email. And I'm formatting everything in a business aspect. I'm not coming to them in no goofy ass motherfucking fashion. This is about business. If this all works out, in a nutshell, this will help more individuals of addiction, relapse, and recovery. It will also help individuals of addiction, relapse, and recovery that have intellectual challenges and or certain disabilities. It will create more jobs. It will do a lot. It's just a matter of formatting everything, getting the right people on the team, and considering the conversation that I had with my therapist earlier. There's a lot that goes into it in regard to insurance and things of that nature. So there's a lot of hurdles that you have to get through in order to start a business or, or a new organization or whatever the case may be, or merge. Plus, the books have already been written in regard to both companies, in regard to protocol, regulations, and some of everything else. I'm not sure because I'm not that far in that particular business yet, what they have to go through in order to, how can I say this? 1 second, you guys, let me get something else to drink. I'm not sure what the big people in these particular organizations have to go through in order to knock down doors. What I do know is that people have power. I have my own power. I got this platform. I have my social media platforms. I also have other outlets and whatever else the case may be, but they have more power than what I do. And, if it's how can, it's just a matter. My thing is with most businesses, if you take more of the cons in regard to your business and work with those and then learn from your cons, your mistakes, and then, make a better solution, this could make better businesses. And for instance, me going into fashion, I was already into fashion way before my friend was into fashion, but I introduced my friend to House of Style hosted by Ethel Clinch years ago, back in my middle school days, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, my friend fell in love with models, fashion, clothing, and whatever. My friend is dope as fuck when it comes to sketching, drawing, and creating their own motherfucking clothes. I knew that if I went to my friend in regard to my idea, in regard to branding two things that I already have going on, I was going to get critiqued. And I'm fine with that. I'm tough enough to get critiqued. I've been critiqued all my damn life. I don't give a fuck. Being critiqued makes better business. Let me hear what you have to say. So they told me, what they had to say in regard to my idea. They think that it's a good idea, but they told me what to do and what not to do. And I had to have a tough enough shell to handle that. And I did. Because this makes me, when I do take my ass to this t-shirt company that I'm looking into to brand my idea, I will know what to look for in regard to fabric, what to touch for, what to, just things of that particular nature. So this gives you guys better merch from me because I don't want you guys to have what everybody else has. Also, there's just so many motherfucking things that I have going on. My biggest thing is getting this email complete, sending it out to the CEO of one of the companies that I attend and the other company that I attend, and putting the ball in their court. And if they run with it, it's because of my motherfucking ass. And people fail to realize individuals that are bipolar, ADHD, and shit like that, we're borderline genius. I submerged that side of me due to what people would think about certain ideas, what people would think if, they thought that I was more intelligent than them, just what people thought in general. Now that I'm in my recovery phase and I'm no longer a part of the matrix, so many things have been revealed. And that creative side to me that I've been wanting back. As a child, I just was a total nerd, winning, science projects and all type of shit. That side of me is coming back. That's the side that has been dormant for a long motherfucking time. Now that it's active, I'm not going to allow any motherfucking grass to grow underneath my feet. Any idea that I come up with that I feel is going to make me some money, I'm running with it. And that's just it. I don't have time to play with my life. I'm at a certain age to where I only have half of that to get it right. And I dealt with people, places, and things that haven't got me anywhere. I don't want that in my life anymore. I don't want any negative energies in my life anymore. Anything, and I will repeat, any fucking thing that keeps me from reaching enlightenment, I don't want in my life. I don't give a fuck if it's here on podcast. I don't give a fuck if it's my own mother. You're not going to stop me from reaching enlightenment. Period. And, yeah, so anyway, you guys, there's just oh my God, there's just there's a lot. But, I have to get this, email completed because I have laundry to put away. Well, shit, this motherfucking laundry may not get put away. I just need to get this email completed. Then I know that I done what I needed to do to get this possibly on the ball in regard to these organizations possibly merging. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? Myself and Miss Mo did an interview a couple of days ago that went live on Facebook, Instagram, and a couple of other platforms. Feel free to check that out. It was a pretty good interview. And as you guys know, Miss Mo is here on, podcast along with us. And her platform is Real Talk Recovery. Hold on one second. I have to get something to drink. Okay. Anyway, her platform is Real Talk Recovery. And Ms. Mo does her research, and this is what I like about having a friend and I would say future business partner like her. Come to find out here on this particular platform, with the niche in regard to addiction, relapse, and recovery, there are only, I think, three or four African Americans that are reaching out to people in regard to addiction, relapse, and recovery, which is not a bad thing. And it's not a good thing, but the ball is in our court to make a movement. And especially within the African American community, there is a huge stigma in regard to drugs. Methamphetamine is associated with white people, trailer trash, blah, 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 blah. It don't associate with black folks. Yes, it does. It's within our community, just like it's in anybody else's community. And I think that it's time for that to be put out on the I think that it's time for that to be put out on the front line. And this is where myself and Miss Mo come in. We have these platforms that are geared towards our niche, and other people really aren't in that particular niche, which is good. Also, what else was I going to say? Considering the fact that I lost my birds and everything, I looked for comfort on Facebook, and they didn't have any groups geared towards supporting individuals that, supporting addicts, so to speak, that have lost their, non-human companions. And I took it upon myself to make a movement, and I created a group geared towards helping individuals, in my particular position. And hopefully this group catches on, so people can go there for support and comfort, especially those that are involved with addiction, relapse, and recovery, so that they can get that comfort that they need for losing a non-human companion. I think that is important as well. So there's a lot of, how can I say it? Just a lot. Man, words, I can't even find the motherfucking words to express. But, in no disrespect, like I said to people here on Podbean, y'all do what y'all do. But I learned along the way that a lot of people here are chasing clout. They're bouncing back and forth to people's live streams just to see who all in. Hold on 1 second. Let me get something else to drink. Okay. They're chasing clout. They're back and forth in people's live streams, trying to see, who's popular, what's going on. Maybe they can get a, plug or whatever the case may be. And I don't have time for that. Myself, people like Miss Mo, whatever, we're seriously trying to do our spiritual contractual obligations. And when you are chosen to do this, you just don't have time to be playing around. Another thing that I learned now that the veil has been lifted from my eyes, these markings on my hands mean more than what the fuck you think they mean. The fact that I have the letter M on both of my palms, and when I put these motherfuckers together, they form the half crescent moon, means everything to me. Because had I still been deep within my addiction, I would not have known how chosen and how special and how powerful of a motherfucker I really am. And watching those Chosen One videos, courtesy of YouTube, led me to the letter M on the palm and the crescent moon. And I started watching those videos faithfully. And every last motherfucking video in regard to that crescent moon and that letter M resonated with me 100%. The shit that I'm putting in my body, all type of shit that other motherfuckers would associate with this realm. Anyway, but this is one reason why I stopped eating meat, because it doesn't serve me, just like a lot of things in my life no longer serves me. I had to give it up. Drugs no longer serve me. I gave it up. So a lot of things are changing. My platforms, myself, a lot of things. And some people are going to be drawn to the light and some people aren't. I can't worry about those that aren't going to be drawn to the light. I have to worry about those that are drawn to it. Simple as that. There is no other way out of this. I have to fulfill my spiritual obligations because that's what I chose to do before I was brought back to this planet. What people fail to realize, I'm not none of you motherfuckers and never have been. I am spirit wrapped in matter, living a earthly experience. Again, I am spirit wrapped in matter, living a earthly experience. I never have been a part of this motherfucking world. I was just brought back to this bitch to help you motherfuckers that need the help. Do y'all know how motherfucking hard that is as an empath to help these broken ass motherfuckers? But I have to do it because I'm spiritually contracted to do so. There is no way out. I have to do this. And I am. And I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. But never again will this person that is sitting behind this microphone speaking to you guys live will ever let another motherfucker tell me who I am ever again. Because it's written on my palms exactly who the fuck I am. No further explanation. Find your own selves because I found mine. My people of addiction, relapse, and recovery, it's time to get y'all shit together. Y'all been running for too motherfucking long. Y'all been serving Satan for too motherfucking long. Y'all been serving that damn crack pipe and that damn methamphetamine pipe and them pills and sucking that dick and eating that coochie for too motherfucking long. Y'all been prostituting for too long for dope. Y'all been doing all that shit for way too motherfucking long. When the fuck are you going to get into your recovery phase so that beautiful magic can happen for you guys like it's happening for me? At my 12-step meeting tonight, which I found very interesting because I observe motherfuckers. That's what Scorpios do. We're very observant. We listen, we watch, we do all that shit. We feel energy, all that. And a great deal of people in the meeting tonight, after the speaker spoke, I guess she was a lesbian, and she told her story in regard to addiction, relapse, and recovery. And the topic after her story was surrender. I wanted them motherfuckers to pick me so motherfucking bad, and I did not get a chance to share, and I was pissed in a motherfucker because I was going to preach in that motherfucking Lambda Center. Do you hear me? And wasn't going to hold back and didn't give a fuck what anybody thought that of the words that came out of my mouth. I don't care. I was just going to stand in my power and speak my truth. But I never got caught. So I couldn't do that. Anyway, most of the motherfuckers that was sitting in group were talking about when they surrendered to the group, surrendered this to, when I joined the group and when I surrendered to the group. And I just felt pity for them. And I wanted to tell my story so bad in regard to how I surrendered my battle of addiction to the spiritual realm. Fuck a group. Fuck a hotline. Fuck any of that. Everything happens in the spiritual realm before it happens here. And the spiritual realm has all of the answers, not man. I would rather get my guidance from the spiritual realm, and I have been, versus what the fuck comes out of a man's mouth. Period. And I'm sitting in this group just looking at these sad ass motherfuckers, some of them depressed. And don't get me wrong, I was once there myself, and we have to meet people where they are. But if I could give half the world the joy that I have, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a bitch, but if I can give half the world, and I've been through a almost 13, 14 motherfucking year battle with a battle with meth and motherfucking amphetamine. You think I would be the miserable ass motherfucking bitch on this earth? And I am happy as hell by myself. Lost 2 birds, still happy. Live by myself, happier than the motherfucker. Ain't arguing with nobody, ain't doing none of that shit. Happy as hell. And this is another reason why my therapist told me to stop shadowing myself when I'm in group with people, because I tune my happiness down for the sake of others, because they're not as happy as me. I don't want to do that. But I don't want to see people miserable either, but I can't worry about that. They have to find their own happiness, just like I found mine. But I don't know. I don't. Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm not. I just have to speak truth. And, the more that I do this, the more that it's kind of hard to explain, but I don't want to coddle anything. That's why I'm pretty much filtered in regard to my platforms. I keep it real in regard to a lot of different things. I don't sugarcoat nothing, but, I just learn from other people, and I know that I am sacrificing probably the best relationship of my life. But you know what? I would rather sacrifice not being involved so that I can reach my enlightenment. There's nothing more important to me at this particular stage in my life and my spirituality than reaching my enlightenment. And if that means sacrificing relationships that can make me happy for the rest of my life, I don't give a fuck. If that means cutting off family to reach my enlightenment, I don't give a fuck. If that means cutting out friends to reach my enlightenment, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm reaching my enlightenment one way or the other. And there are going to be some people in my life that are going to benefit from my enlightenment. And there are going to be, people that are going to fall off that won't benefit from it. And I can't worry about that either. I just have to worry about me. I think my neighbors are getting mad. See, this is what happens when you don't have a life. I'm being funny, but you get bitter at the next person because they are so rich and fulfilled within. Again, they are so rich and fulfilled within. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the riches that come naturally from source, that keeps a person highly elevated and happy. And that's where I'm at. And with that being said, my people, of addiction, relapse, and recovery, I need to complete this email so that I can get it sent out to the people that it needs to be sent out to and go from there. Get a little bit of rest for work in the morning and make it happen. But until then, you guys remain strong that are still suffering in silence in regard to, whatever you're going through. Just know that it will be okay. You don't have to do what I necessarily did to get to this particular point that I'm at. But you can make the necessary steps to, create a better life for yourself. I can only tell you this. You have to make forward the effort to make that happen. Until then, you guys, y'all be good. And I'm D Venom, and out.